Hey yo, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? Welcome back to my channel, The X Productions. I'm the Bizzo, aka the Unknown Producer, and we can continue this part two of the forgotten artists of the golden age of hip hop. 90s, late 89, 90s, okay? This artist I'm gonna do now is definitely someone who deserves to be in this category, because his style of rap influenced a lot of people the way they rapped. And he was just good. He was just one of the people like you hear him, you know it was him. You know what I mean? And he came out with good songs. His first album was a sleeper. I remember I bought the first album and it was skipless, yo. It was skipless. So when I do this, he's gonna like, and I didn't realize that too, how skipless it was, cause there's so many songs I want to do for him. I want to put up, but I want to put too many up. But like I keep saying, okay, which ones I'm gonna put up, and I'm like, damn, it's this nice little list first from this just from this first album, and then a couple things, and then something else that he did afterwards, is outside of his album too, So let me tell you a little bit more about him. I had to Google him too, so I could get the specific information. One thing I know, he's from Brooklyn. I think he's from Flatbush, I think, and he was 17 when his album came out, dropped in 1989, and it was called The Youngest in Charge. That was his debut album, and he was on Profile Records. Oh, and Howie T actually produced his album. Howie T, he did like stuff for I think um the Real Roxanne, Howie T, and I forgot who else he did. Howie T, but Howie T, he was a good. I remember him from the '80s doing producing stuff, and he was a DJ as well. Um, what else can I say? Not too much I want to say about it. Let's just get it. Special Ed. Oh, I'm sorry. This song is actually the first single off the album he came out with. In the first video too. It's called "I Got It Made," and it just shows you, it just introduced you to him in his little style. The beat is, boom, boom, slowed up, like got that slowed up groove, we used to do the latest dances back then, fit the latest dances back then. It wasn't too fast, but did the latest dances back then. I'm bugging. But let's keep it going, yo. Oh, before we start, one more thing. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, leave them comments, son. Push notifications so you know when it drops, all right? Sorry, but you see what I told you, that beat was so perfect for that dance that was out back then. That was the dance right there. You know what I'm saying? A little running man with a pop, and then you freak it, turn, spin, whatever. You freak it how you want to freak it. It just fit that dance. This song, it was perfect for that dance, and people used to freak it when this came on in the club, yo, or at a party, son. And he's so calm and laid back on this track, which is the best way to rap to this. He's always calm and laid back.
I'm outspoken. My language is broken into a slang, but it's just the dialect that I select when I hang. I play it cool.
One more thing. I know this is irrelevant, but I remember back then when me and my boys, we used to write rhymes and stuff, and we did a whole little demo stuff, and we used to let people hear. And every time they got to my part, it was three of us, and I normally was the second one to go. I was always the second one to go or the last one to go. And I remember when they got to me, they was like, everyone used to tell me this. You sound like Special Ed. Like, you sound just like Special Ed. I couldn't hear it. I don't know what they were talking about, and then my boys started like, damn, you do sound like Special Ed. But I wasn't trying to sound like him, but everybody kept saying you sound like Special Ed because I rhymed just that same steady pace like that, something witty with no real change up, And then everybody said I had like a West Indian accent the way I pronounce shit, you know what I'm saying? But it was that's just my Bronx, New York accent. Stemming from a little Caribbean on my mom's side. So let's keep it going. Too long, I just got me a fade. That was Special Ed, yo. I love that one. I Got It Made, man. It's so smooth and everything, So I'm gonna find another Special Ed joint to put up, all right? And I'll be right back. Okay, like I said, we on a Special Ed mission. One of the forgotten brothers of the golden age of hip hop, late 80s, 89. Off of the first album, The Youngest in Charge. My man straight out of Brooklyn, I believe, Flatbush. Because he mentioned the bush in some of his rhymes, Flatbush. So I think that's where he's from, in Brooklyn, if I can recall. And he's Jamaican, you know. This song is called "I'm the Magnificent," which was another song off his album, the Skipless album. All right, so let's get it, son. like this one too. Before I go on, the visual that you see back then, late '89, hip hop. There was hip hop artists who had sort of that street club dress, like that Bobby Brown with the black shoes and the silver toes, the blazer and the tight at the bottom, baggy pants and stuff like that. And they always had two dancers in the back of them. You know what I'm saying? Busting moves. A lot of people in the late '80s had dancers in the back of him. He was one of them. Big Daddy Kane had Scoop and Scrap. Heavy D had his dancers. Who else? Cool G Rap had his dancers. So that was the thing back then, to have two dancers behind you, because it gave you a stage visual as you went on stage and you was rapping. You know what I mean? It gave you a little visual name, and they had to be nice too. They was busting moves. His dances was pretty nice too. All right, so let's get it.
With your person, this is just a conversation. I'm special ed with a special presentation. Hey, I like to play, so for me it's recreation. It's not just a job, it's an adventure. If worse comes to worse, I've got your thirst quencher, but you gotta buy it. Don't even try it, I don't rhyme for free, no matter how dry it gets. I collect my money in sets, one before the show and again when I jet. So I get mine and I'm gonna get more, cause I'm financially secure and I'm sure. So I don't need your tips or advice, cause I'm too nice for that, you rat. I can't stand mice, I'm like a cat, kinda frisky. Battling is risky, business, you might acquire dizziness, just like whiskey. Isn't this enough? Oh, you think you're tough? Cookie? I think you better call your bookie, cause you can bet your life that I'm a player like hooky. On a Friday, this is my day. When I was through, I heard you say, why they diss me like that? I should've repent. Somebody should've said the special ed was the magnificent.
I'm the magnificent.
I'm the magnificent. I'm the magnificent. I'm the magnificent. I'm the magnificent. I'm the magnificent.
I just want to say one thing about the production on this. From what I remember, this is, I'm not gonna say it's the remix, but this isn't the original version, production version, music version of what was on the album. I think they released it probably on the A and B side, different versions, but the video version isn't the one that was on the actual album, if I recall. But this I like both of them, but they were different. Just to let y'all know. If you haven't realized yet, that's Malcolm Jamal Warner from The Cosby Show, Theo. Around this time, he went into directing a lot of hip hop videos for people, not just hip hop videos in general. He used to do New Edition videos, and as you can see, just special eds videos. So just to let you know, that's Theo from The Cosby Show right there. Forgot to tell you that in the beginning. I'm the magnificent special ed off the first album, The Youngest in Charge. And I got another one for you, all right? Be right back. So we're doing special ed, and the next song I'm about to do is called Crooklyn Dodgers, and it's off the soundtrack to a movie called Crooklyn. And this movie was directed by Spike Lee. It's a Spike Lee joint, and it's a movie basically about him growing up in Brooklyn as a young kid with his brothers and sisters and parents and everything, living in the brownstone. You know what I'm saying? It's based from what I understand, is based on his early childhood with his brothers and sisters and everything, growing up. Spike Lee. And this is one of the songs of the soundtrack, and it has Special Ed, Master Ace, and Buckshot from Black Moon, whose reaction I did not too long ago, about maybe 2 weeks ago. I did a whole thing on Boot Camp Click, and Black Moon who's part of that clique, and Buckshot, who is the MC from that clique. All right. So without further ado, Crooklyn Dodgers. And remember, this is about Special Ed, the forgotten one of the golden age of hip hop. Let's get it.
My name is Mike Tyson. I'm from Brooklyn, New York. I'm representing Brownsville.
Hi, I'm Michael Jordan. I was born in Brooklyn.
Here comes the pitch, and it comes in wide. And the count now is 1-1 to Jackie Robinson. Billy Martin ran over to second base. Better known as Brooklyn. Never taking shorts because Brooklyn's the borough.
Panic as another manic depressant. Adolescent stares at death. Now what's left when there ain't no God and a whole lot of pride?
Just to let you know, of course, you watch the other video, so that's special ed right there. Just to set it, let you know. That's special ed. I believe the order is special, just as it goes, special ed, master ace, and buckshot.
Better known as Brooklyn.
Never taking shorts because Brooklyn's the borough.
Panic as another manic depressant. Adolescent stares at death. Now what's left when there ain't no God and a whole lot of pride? It might be a homicide, so let the drama slide. We don't want no problems, big. Get your name in the obituary column, shit. Cause life is too short and it just gets shorter. I wish I had a quarter for all my people they slaughter. Last year alone in the dead zone. Walk straight, but don't walk late. Cause I'm coming with a hate only made from what it made me. Cause nobody ever played me. Now it's only getting worse. Buckshot and ace in the land of the waste. Kicking you in your face.
We be doing it up Brooklyn style. What does it take to get you out? My mentality is getting iller, killer. Instinct is trying to infiltrate, but wait. I know you want to enter, but I can't let you in. My mind stays the maddest. I'm gone with the wind. Because it is survival of the fittest. When the shit hits the fan, I got my shank in my hand. Black man with the permanent tan. I come from the villain, never ran.
Damn, I'm feeling another part of reality. Hit me when I represent the FAP. Straight from the field till then play the building. I mean literally when I say I make a killing. For my cipher, see I'm finna the buster pipe. Original heads represent the Brooklyn all-nighter. Do or die, I'm saying it's you and I. Bring your click so we can get stoned like family.
So I had to stop. Sorry, I had to stop it. As you can see in the video, there's certain parts where they edit it. The parts when you see the kids and stuff like that, and the Soul Train line, back in the day, those are excerpts from the movie. Because like this is Crooklyn Dodgers in the movie. Like I said, it's Crooklyn, Spike Lee movie about when he's growing up as a young kid in Brooklyn. So the excerpts that you see in the video are parts of the movie. All right, so I'm just gonna rewind that back a little bit. Buckshot, get on.
With the permanent tan, I come from the villain, never ran.
Damn, I'm feeling another part of reality. Hit me when I represent the FAP. Straight from the field till then play the building. I mean literally when I say I make a killing. For my cipher, see I'm finna the buster pipe. Original heads represent the Brooklyn all-nighter. Do or die, I'm saying it's you and I. Bring your click so we can get stoned like family slide. We used to see I in the bush. Mighty Mateen rocking the rock, giving the push.
Never taking shorts because Brooklyn's the borough. Never taking shorts because Brooklyn's the borough.
We did it like that and now we do it like this. We did it like that and now we do it like this. Go inside your mind and find a time that you miss. And just think about the steel in your fist. It's just an extension of your arm. It's that ghetto type of charm that makes all the homeboys swarm. Can I drop the bomb? Oh yes I can. Move with the groove, smooth like Geechee Dan. Who is the man? That kid there. Who is the chick with the pick in her hair? Angela Davis, and we roll like Avis. Rent a car, kid, there you are.
You know where to find me whenever you need me. If you know the path, follow the path to the land of the aftermath. But don't frolic in the mix. Crazy ass Crooklyn kids, cause they always throwing a body on my lawn. I'm getting a rock, voila, without a collar. Get off my block, boy, and give me $1 for the trouble, or get blown up like a bubble.
Now let's take a sec to think back. The year of the 7-0, but Brooklyn was the place to go. Flow on a journey up the Crown Heights. Ebbets feel the real on your life. Tripe individuals live in the PJs. The evil check my DJ. Hey, play what I wanna play in the day, but in the night I feel the right. Took the left, Bucktown, Brooklyn, break it down. Head from state to state, travel as I unravel the rate. How it tap Scott and Sutter. I remember way back in the days playing hot peas and butter. Brother, if you want another lesson, Brooklyn session.
For you younger cats who don't know what hot peas and butter was, I think it was the most sadistic game as a kid. I'm sorry. For those of you who don't, young cats who don't know, or people who don't know what hot peas and butter was, I don't know if y'all played it anywhere else, but I would say it was the most sadistic child's game ever invented, yo, for real, son. It had to stem from like some slavery shit. And the reason I say that, I used to play it all the time. I'm gonna say the story as fast as I can, because when you say hot peas and butter, it's brought back a memory. I remember growing up as a young kid, my mom, when she was still together with my pops, I was probably like maybe 9, 10, somewhere around there, 11 even, 9, 10. And my mom's best friends were her co-workers, like all her co-workers was her best friends. So we used to go over to their house. They would come over to our house. Like all of them would get together and play cards and drink a little bit and smoke and whatever. They'd be doing that in the kitchen and living room. And all the kids, all of us, we'd be in the back room, either in my room or whoever's house it was, we'd be in a room. And we'd be thinking of things, games to play. And we'd be like, yo, let's play hot peas and butter. Now, what hot peas and butter is, everyone leaves the room and closes their eyes, and you hide a belt somewhere. And then everyone starts looking for the belt. Oh, okay. And one thing, first you got to claim what is base. And usually it was someone's bed. If you make it to the bed, that's base. Okay. Now everyone starts looking for the belt, and as they're looking, you telling them, "Oh, you're getting hot. Oh, you're getting hot. You're getting closer. Oh, you're burning hot." Or like, "Oh no, you're getting cold. You're getting cold. It's not even there. You're getting real cold." And you would direct them, and when they get there, whoever finds that belt gets the whip. Whoever's not on that base. And I remember I used to go home, and my mom used to be like, "What the fuck is all them whelps doing on your body? What the fuck was y'all doing back there?" Oh, everyone had whelps on their body from getting smacked with the belt, yo. It just brought back that memory, son. That's crazy. But hot peas and butter, that's what it is. That's what the game was. Gotta rewind that a little bit, son. Sorry, I know it's a long story, but it brought back that memory I had to share with you. That shit was funny as hell, man. We used to whip each other with that belt, hot peas and butter.
Town, Brooklyn, break it down. Head from state to state, travel as I unravel the rate. Howard, Tap, Scott, and Sutter. I remember way back in the days playing hot peas and butter. Brother, if you want another lesson, Brooklyn, session, take it back, Blacksmith and Wesson.
Press your luck, you get stuck by buck for your bucks. Master Ace has the taste for ducks and duck sauce. So tell Lord Digger, dig a grave for the bones, sticks and stones, while I kick some ancient poems through your domes. Act went back to attack your home. So Tim, can I flip?
Yes, you can.
I'm in the world war with Muhammad, my man.
Feels so good to be a Crooklyn Dodger. What's happening to Rerun and Roger? I think I seen him wearing Timberlands and running down the block from Dwayne, and Dwayne had a clock. Cause he be selling rock for the Partridge Family. And Ruben Kincaid drops a 300E. And he be pimping Chrissy from Three's Company. Plus he stuck Mr. T for all his jewelry. This is a 70s thing from the days when kids didn't act so crazy. Brooklyn.
Never taking shorts, cause Brooklyn's the borough. Never taking shorts, Robinson waits. Here comes the pitch. There goes the line drive. Never taking shorts, cause Brooklyn's the borough. Never taking shorts, cause Brooklyn's the borough. Brooklyn wins. Brooklyn wins.
But yo, that was it for my man. That was it for my man, Special Ed. Another forgotten one from the golden age, all right? That was part 2. I'm coming back with a part 3. So before we leave that like button, hit that like button, subscribe button, leave them comments. Thank you for coming to my show and continuing to come to my show. The X Productions. I'm the Biz Zone. See you soon, son. 1.